Hi guys. It's been a while since I've sat down and I've spoken to you guys face to face because I've just been posting things and I've just been having fun, I guess, posting stuff about my life on YouTube. And as you guys know, I do fun things sometimes. It's literally on my bio. I do fun things sometimes. Sometimes. But sometimes it's all the time for me. But yeah, sometimes. But today I kind of just wanted to talk about um, things that have been bothering me. And some of the things that have been bothering me is the fact that I genuinely feel confused. Society says that I'm not conventionally attractive because I don't know. There's so many reasons. There's so many reasons why. Maybe because I'm black, or maybe because I have a slightly bigger nose, or whatever. Yeah. Now, in society's point of view, should we say Western society, the attractive woman is the whole Marilyn Monroe, blonde hair, blue eyes. I say, yeah, blonde hair, blue eyes, white lady. But I am always so confused because even though society says I'm not conventionally attractive in that way, and this isn't just like society's ideal of beauty. Like even I have an Instagram page, and I have had a lot of when I first started Instagram, I used to get so many hate comments and people just trolls, right? Especially when I started becoming just a little bit popular, like trolls just coming for me. And obviously I think I hadn't really developed my style when I first started Instagram, and I used to get lots of awful comments. But then I get really confused because that's not my experience in real life. I don't know if you know, I don't know if you might understand what I mean, but the horrible comments I used to get on Instagram, and society's constant, ideal of attractive, that's not my experience in real life. In real life, I am very, very, very successful when it comes to dating. I'm currently in a relationship that is probably going to lead to marriage. My partner has told me he started saving for an engagement ring for me. And yeah, we have discussed marriage and we want to be married. And I'm 27, you know. I got into this relationship when I was 26. And even before then, I've constantly been in relationships. I've always had male attention. Like, I've always had male attention. Always. Despite what society says is attractive, as a black woman, we're supposed to be somehow at the bottom. I'm not sure. But for me, that's just not been my experience. And I guess this is why they say internet isn't reality. Because no matter what people are saying online, I'm not having the same experience. And it's confusing me a lot. It's confusing me because on one hand, society says, according to society's standards, I'm not conventionally attractive. Yet I get so much attention when I go out, when I'm at the gym, when I go out, when I am just going out to buy milk. I get so much male attention, not just male attention, I've had female attention as well. So it's like, on one hand, I've got horrible comments sometimes, and I guess everybody gets horrible comments. And I've got horrible comments sometimes online, and then in real life, I'm like, it's like flies to honey. It's super confusing, and I haven't really been feeling that great lately about it. Now, normally I am a very confident person. Normally I'm a confident person. I don't really mind. I don't really care much. But this has kind of been making me think about how I used to be, like the struggles I used to go through when I was a kid. And I'm going to show you guys like a really terrible picture of me when I was younger. Like when I was younger, I suffered deeply. And this is how it's always been for me since I was a kid. with like looks wise. I had a bigger nose as a black African woman. And it was really hard for me being in a Western UK, being in the UK, being in a Western country. It was really hard where the ideal of beauty was like a small, thin nose. And, I had a bigger nose, and it was difficult because it was like everywhere I went, everyone would used to say to me, "Oh, you'd be so beautiful if your nose was smaller," or, "Oh my God, you would be so fine if your nose was just a little bit smaller." And I remember when I was a kid, I struggled a lot. Like I think I engaged in what is commonly now known as a very severe form of looks maxing. I think I engaged in that when I was younger. So like when I was younger, I used to like pour hot water on my face and massage my nose and like wear pegs and stuff like that, which is terrible, right? But like I would literally sleep at night like not being able to breathe because I had to break my nose. Damn. Like it was hard. Like even when I went to boarding school, I had the same issues. People would be like, "Oh, you're pretty, but your nose is just ruining things." And I'm like, this is just me, like, And I don't know if that was, Western ideals being reflected in people, because even when I was in boarding school, and guys, I went to boarding school in Africa, even in Africa, they had the same Western ideal in terms of features and everything. And it's always been really difficult for me because when I was younger, I guess I hadn't grown into my face that much, and I guess that showed. But it was hard. It was super hard. It was super stressful. It was, and to make things worse, I had terrible acne. My skin was not good. My skin was bad. Let me put it that way. And it was really, really painful. I was bullied a lot, like especially during boarding school, for my terrible skin and the fact that I dare to have a bigger nose than, I don't know, than Western society deemed acceptable. But on the other hand, as I've gotten older and I've grown into my style, I have, understood my body type and understood what's good for me, what looks good on me and what doesn't look good on me. And as I've like tried to sort out my skin and really tried to look at things that I think suit me, I've also had this really weird cognitive dissonance in that I still get nasty comments on my Instagram. I think that's just normal, right? When you have some sort of following or when you are a little bit exposed. And I don't really have that huge of a following. I'm actually thinking about deleting my Instagram. I've got 21,000 followers. It's not big at all. I mean, there are people with millions and billions. So, but I do, when I first started on this one, I just got so many hate comments. And then at the same time, my experience offline is just completely different. Like I get so much attention. And it's not just from black men, it's from white men, it's from Asian men. I've had a Russian man ask me out. I've had so many different interactions. But then online, you go and you look at all these spaces, especially these horrible manosphere spaces, where apparently a woman is just fucking... Oh, shit, did I swear? A woman is, problematic just for existing, right? They will tell you that black women are like at the bottom of society and we aren't attractive, and that's something I've seen even on my Instagram. I've had pages come to me and tell me, "Oh, but you're black," as if that's supposed to completely destroy any sort of attractive trait about me at all. And it's just awful. It's awful because it's very confusing when you are having people say stuff online that isn't what you're experiencing, but they're saying that that's what you're supposed to be experiencing as a black woman. And it is tough. I'm currently my boyfriend is white, he's Polish, and he's my first ever interracial relationship, I guess. But I have always had the chance to be in one. I've just never wanted to be in one. I've always had the opportunity. I've always had so much attention from, Caucasians, men, from Asian men, from men of, Hispanic descent as well. I've always had interest, but I've just never been interested, I guess. And it just feels really complicated and really distressing, because sometimes I'm like, am I being gaslighted by society? That's how I feel. I feel like I'm being gaslighted, because it's like, you're trying to tell me something, but that's not my reality. And I know that I shouldn't be listening to things that don't apply to me. But it's easier said than done when you see this online all the time. And I guess this is why it's important, the kind of spaces that you go into and the kind of things that you expose yourself to. But it can be so hard because, I guess what I'm trying to say is, when people say internet isn't real life, that's actually a very serious and important thing that we need to like properly remember. Because for me, I'm still trying to remember that internet is not real life. It's really hard for me. Like, I hope one day, like, I can truly understand that it's not real life, because my real life is clearly completely different. All these people online are saying I should be, I don't get, I'm at the bottom of the barrel, but I'm not. Clearly, I've had attention my whole life. Like, I've got very good outcomes in my life. I've got my master's degree. I'm in a loving relationship. I have a very good job. I bought a home abroad, an investment home. I started my own business, and I don't really talk about that much, but I have started my own business last year, and I've already got 40 clients. I've had attention from musicians, well, Afrobeat musicians. I'm a Nigerian woman, so I don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. But I've had attention from, wealthy men. I've dated briefly a wealthy man in the past, and my current partner is very comfortable financially. And it's just, I don't have that experience. Even when I was on dating apps, every single time I went on dating apps, I always came away with a boyfriend. I'm not even joking. Like, maybe I've had 5 long-term relationships in my life, and 3 of those or 4 of those were straight from dating apps. Nowhere else, straight from dating apps. But apparently, according to this silly OkCupid study, like 13 years ago, that people still reference today, even though it doesn't really have any relevance. Apparently, according to that, Black women are the bottom of the pile when it comes to online dating. And it's just all of these silly things that you see online, if you're not careful and you internalize them too much, they can start making you doubt your actual real life offline experience. Like, it's weird, because I feel like, according to society's standards, I'm not conventionally attractive. But why do I get so much male attention, though? And not just male attention, female attention. So it's confusing for me sometimes. I do get confused, and sometimes it scares me, because I don't really know what to think. And I guess I wasn't always this way. Like, normally I'm a very confident person, but I have been having, periods of difficulty. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, guys. Yeah. Today was just a video where I just wanted to talk about my current struggles with reconciling how I used to look as a kid to how I look now, and my experience now in the real world versus the comments and stuff I get online. So the comments I get online is not the way I'm treated in real life. Like, it's just bizarre. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. Like, according to society, I'm not attractive, I'm not beautiful, I'm not feminine or whatever, but yet I'm still getting so much attention. Why? Am I being gaslighted? Am I being lied to? I don't know. Guys, I'm confused. I'm very confused all the time. But yeah, today I just wanted to talk about my struggles, really, and I wanted you guys to know a bit more about me. I remember I started a blog like a couple of years ago talking about my experiences. I feel like bigger nosed ladies, we need to talk about our experiences more, because everyone demonizes a bigger nose. Like a bigger nose is supposed to be demonized. You can see I'm coming closer to the camera, guys. A bigger nose is supposed to be demonized, but I've been able to achieve everything I want right now so far. I still got a couple of things I want to achieve, but so far I'm living a very, very luxurious and blessed life. I travel, I have a loving family, I've got good friends, I'm in good shape, good health. Like, I'm seriously fortunate, but all of that is supposed to be mute because I'm a black woman with a bigger nose, or I'm not attractive according to society standards of white women, blonde hair, blue eyes, that kind of thing. It's just, I guess now it's easier because there is so many different types of beautiful, or so many different types of things that are seen as desired. But back when I was growing up, I'm 27 now, so I was born in 1995. And back when I was growing up in the years 2005, 6, 7, I was a teenager and Facebook had just started and social media just come about. I was literally like the MSN, AOL age. Back then, it was hard. It was really hard, because all you ever saw as beautiful, the only things they ever pouted as beautiful was European women. Now, obviously, it took me a while before I went back to my home country, to Nigeria, and really begin to understand my identity and myself as an African woman, a Nigerian woman. But back then, growing up in the UK and not having that access to like other different cultures and types of beauty is really isolating because you only see one type of person or one type of ideal. And it's hard. It was a real struggle for me. And the funniest thing is I've always had attention from black men. In fact, that was the only type of man I used to date for many years. I had it in my mind that I wanted to have a Nigerian husband with Nigerian babies. That was it. Like, I just wanted a Nigerian husband with Nigerian babies, okay? But obviously, things don't always work out that way. And I'm actually super, super blessed to be in the relationship I'm in now because I have never had anyone understand me the way my current partner does. And he's a completely different race and nationality, So I guess I'm struggling a bit because, like the title of this video, I went from looking like a child, well, not a child, but I went from looking like a very struggling child to looking much better, I guess. But still, society says that I'm not the ideal, but I'm still getting out ideal outcomes. So it's like, is society really correct, or are they just full of fucking shit? Like, I don't know. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to, like, I genuinely really struggle. Is really difficult for me. And today has been especially difficult. I've just been thinking about it and I've just been, definitely, I think I'm going to delete my Instagram because I think definitely Instagram plays a part in why I feel this way. Because when you get constant, you're not meant to take trolls seriously or hate comments seriously, especially from random fake pages with no DP. Like, we all know how trolls operate. They've either got a dog picture, a cat picture, a meme picture, or no DP at all. So we all know how trolls operate, but I don't know. I still feel for some reason, it's been affecting me. It's been affecting me for some reason. It's really been deeply, deeply affecting me to the point where I'm like questioning myself a lot. Just for some reason, it's so difficult for me to like talk about this. I do talk about it sometimes with my family, my sisters, my parents, sometimes my boyfriend as well. But it's so difficult because it's like it's not easy to admit when things actually affect you. It's hard. As human beings, I feel like we always like to just think that nothing affects us, but it does. It does. And it sometimes it's difficult for me because it's like, I don't really understand. Like, why am I so affected by this? I guess I'm affected by it because it's not my real life, but I'm still getting these weird comments or these, but then my real life is completely different. Like it's hard. It's hard for me. I guess I need to be thankful that my real life is so fantastic, even if I get not so great comments off online. Like I've always felt that I've had to work hard to really improve myself, like really, really improve myself. And I wasn't someone. This isn't like a whole, you were big and now you're not big. I've always been somewhat slim. I have had weight struggles in the past where I was anorexic, and then from anorexia, I went from being anorexic to overweight, which is usually what happens when you're anorexic, by the way, and you're recovering. You end up, a lot of the time, you end up becoming overweight because you just start eating again, and it feels like you just want to eat the entire universe after starving for years, And I've had weight struggles in the past, but I've been working so hard to like make sure that I'm healthy, and not even just about like genuine like looks or anything, just like about your health, how you feel in your body. And it's just so difficult. I don't know, it's just hard. And I don't even know what I'm trying to say here, like what I'm trying to say on this video. Like I'm not even sure. I'm just been rambling on like some rambler. I don't know. But I've definitely been feeling somehow, like I've been feeling some type of way. And I don't know when this feeling's gonna go away. So that's all I wanted to say. If you guys have been feeling some type of way about the way you're feeling, about the way you look, or about the way you're perceived online in society versus the way you experience life offline, then I guess, we're going through the same thing. If not, then I don't know. I don't know. But that's all I wanted to talk about today. I'm going to be doing some more sit down videos, I guess. I do really like doing the videos about what I get up to and stuff like that. But I think these sit down videos are like really helpful. So I'm probably going to try and do some more. And now that I finished my master's, I graduated 3 weeks ago. I can really start thinking about getting the camera that I wanted. I really need to do some good research because I've been banging on about getting a camera for a whole year and I haven't done it. So, yeah. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's it. So, I will see you when I see ya. Yeah. Bye.